Welcome along. And I think you could file this under the did I really need this item or not department. And the answer is probably no, but I went ahead and I bought this anyway. This is the 260 millimeter diameter Lotus 98T replica rim from 3D Wrap. They're located in Italy and supply a bunch of sim racing accessories, but I was really interested in this wheel rim that replicates the rim that would have been in Ayrton Senna's 1986 Formula One car. I bought it to add some immersion to games like AMS2 that offer us quite a few F1 cars from the past, and I wanted to have that same kind of wheel rim that they would have used in the car to see what it would feel like with the force feedback coming from the SimiCube 2 Pro. And I can tell you right away that it's been a really remarkable experience getting on track with this. There's a connection to the car and track that is a little bit more direct and more precise than the larger and heavier wheel rims I do already have. And it's really responsive to everything that's happening on the track. The road texture comes through just that little bit more, and you can really catch slides and really feel when the car is about to oversteer out of a corner. All the things of that nature that you want to feel in one of these turbocharged 80s F1 cars. And we'll take a look at that 98T Lotus on track a little bit later in the video. I won't go into a huge detailed review, just to say that the stitching was flawless from the manufacturer. The buttons worked out of the box, and my only negative is that the USB cable here was just a little bit too short to reach to my USB hub down below the rig. I was a little bit afraid of coming disconnected when rotating the wheel, so I purchased a USB 2.0 extension cable from Amazon, and now I have plenty of range of motion for the wheel to rotate fully, especially if you crash or something like that, because this thing will really twitch on you if you crash in one of those F1 turbo cars. The force feedback from the SimiCube 2 Pro is amplified, and yeah, it really gives you a good sense of when the car is about to oversteer and things like that. Phenomenal feeling on track. Another couple of videos I'll link to. Laurence Dusoswa did the unboxing and reveal of the McLaren version of this wheel, and he also got the flappy paddles, equally awesome. I also watched Barry do a full review of this particular Lotus rim. He puts it through his usual SRG process. Check those out. I opted to not get the paddle shifters just because a lot of the cars in that era didn't quite have them yet, and I wanted more of an analog experience. So I have my shifters that I have with my Asher button boxes. So I have that covered in my other wheel rims. So I kept this one kind of plain. And yeah, I've had a tremendous time with it so far. In the about an hour, really, I've used it. So I'll leave a link in the description to the product page for this particular item. You can go check that out more in detail. But let's head to Jack Rapagua in AMS2 in the Lotus 98T. And we'll try the time trial out there and see how the wheel reacts out on course. Okay, welcome to Jack Rapagua, and we'll test out the 98T Lotus around this track. I've already set a ghost. Let's take it easy here for a little bit just to sort of talk about this. But the connection to the road feels immediate, and the animation on the screen very much matches what I'm feeling through the force feedback with the smaller diameter rim and the lighter weight. The responsiveness and precision is immediate with this. The high downforce cars, specifically this Formula One car in AMS2, feel fantastic and as good as any sim that I've ever driven an F1 car in. I remember back in the day, my first experience with an open wheeler in a sim was Netcar Pro by the same company that ended up going on to make Assetto Corsa, and that was my first experience of really feeling wheels rolling on the tarmac, and that's bringing me back to that sensation with this wheel here. And I think I could just turn lap after lap with this. It's so connected to the road. It's really immersive. So well done 3D Wrap for providing a wheel of this size to replicate what would have been in this car. It's definitely worth the purchase. Definitely no regrets in that department. Okay, time for a flying lap at Jacarpagua. We are following the Ghost, the best time I've set. We'll see how close we can stick with it. I've mapped the red button on the left here to the boost. We'll try to use that as much as we can. You will incur some damage to the engine throughout the lap using it, so use it sparingly if you are using it in a full race. As the Ghost goes a little wide through T2. Onto the boost a little bit here. We're within striking distance. Try to keep a tidy line through all these corners. Running a little wide through the hairpin, but might have a good exit. Back on the boost. Climbing into the 300 kilometer an hour range. Down into third gear to try to keep the revs high. Kind of hard to time the boost through this section. I'm in third. I should be in second, but we'll try to use the boost again. And a good line and good exit out of the last corner has us 125.620. Okay, that's a wrap on our 3D wrap review. Just a little bit of a miniature review, not something I'll do on this channel regularly. Kudos to those who do that out there in the community. It's super challenging to put these together and not necessarily my cup of tea, but I wanted to bring this wheel to you and show you how it performed. I was really blown away by it. And if you're in the market for something like this to help replicate driving an F1 car in the 1980s and having the most immersive experience possible in your sim, I can highly recommend this. Let me know in the comments what piece of equipment maybe you purchased in the past that you didn't really need, but you bought it anyway. That's kind of where this lands. And I'm still pretty happy that I did buy it. No regrets. All right, thanks. If you stuck around this long, try out this combo yourselves in the time trial and let me know how you do. And we'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your day.